we are live. Let me make sure
Hello.
we are. Let me refresh
How do
my
I?
screen. All right. Well, it looks like we are live. So, welcome to our live session. I'm so excited to have Katana here from Battle Born Bikinis. So, let's get
Hello.
ready. Let's soak up some inspiration and chat about your journey in the bikini world. So, and we'll get to find out what sparked the idea for the bikinis.
Yeah.
So, Katana, tell us a little bit about you.
I'm a mother of two daughters and a wife to a firefighter. Um, I've had the business for many years, right out of high school. We won't worry about that. The phone's ringing. And I started with fitness competition suits, and then I transitioned into regular swimwear. And that's where I'm still at today is regular swimwear with Battle Born Bikinis.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. I feel like, I've seen you grow so much throughout the years. That's so awesome.
I know we've known each other for quite a while.
A fun question. If you could design a bikini for a superhero, who would it be?
Superhero.
Yeah.
I'd say Wonder Woman. I don't think my name, like Katana from Mortal Kombat, but I don't think that's a superhero, but that would be pretty cool too.
That would be pretty cool. Have you ever done something like that with character inspired?
No, I've done a photo shoot like body paint, but not a bikini. I've made a Wonder Woman competition suit before.
Oh, I think I
I think
remember
it was
that.
for the
It's like red and blue.
Reno fashion show, yeah, years ago.
Okay. Awesome. And just to kind of like, you know, dig a little deeper as far as like, what you've done. What's the craziest thing that's happened when you start your business?
I started oh my God, craziest.
Or the funniest design moment that turned into something
Like
amazing?
there's a few that are just gross. Women in general, we're all women here too, but trying on swimwear and then I have to clean them after the fitting room. That was unexpected as a swimsuit designer. You don't expect that. You also don't expect the male following as a swimsuit designer. I never thought about that when I got into the business, and you become a sex symbol. um, but not when really designing swimwear, I guess. I don't know. I think the tie side bottoms are probably the sketchiest because those things untie all the time when you're in the water, especially at wild waters and like kids are near you and like inner tubes and it's just floating off.
That's so funny.
You want to make sure
Has
you
that
double
happened
knot
to
those.
you?
It has. I usually catch it though before because you can. It's like feels like a snake is on your arm or like on your
Oh my
leg.
gosh.
You're like, what is that? That's my bathing suit.
Anything that, stands out like another crazy story?
There's a design that I designed the prints that go onto the printed fabric, and we did a western. We do a bunch of western stuff, and this particular one was a horseshoe. But have you ever heard of Lululemon? They were the leggings.
Lulu. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was the
I don't think
leggings,
I've
and they
ever
had
had one.
wild prints. But what they
Okay.
didn't do is strategically cut their prints with the leggings. They just kind of Tetrised and cut their leggings however. So sometimes the prints in the seam of the leggings would it'd be like Santa, Santa's face or something. But same thing with me. I had a Western print and it was a horseshoe and it cut off the end of the horseshoe and it looked like a male's body object. And it was just like out the side of the bikini.
Oh my
We're like,
gosh.
we have to scratch that, at least take the horseshoe off because we didn't realize the end of the horseshoe. It was gold. It's like flesh tone. So yeah, that was pretty funny.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so when you got into the business, were you more like, I've got this, or what have I gotten into?
I was always more of I got this.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I've been
awesome.
sewing. Yeah, sewing since I was like 10 or 11. And so I was always confident in that. I think the hardest part is marketing, um, and getting your stuff out there is really hard.
Totally agree. You have the idea and then you want to execute. And once you're in it, it's like, okay, how do I market this, right? I feel like in any
Yeah,
business, that's like one of the hardest things, right?
I
But I
think
admire
so.
you so much, Kaitana. You're so confident and you're always like to have that I
Thank
got
you.
this attitude. We can't even tell. So, like, as we go, as later, I have some questions from other people
Okay.
that wanted to ask you a few of those. So, we'll get into that here in a little bit.
Okay.
And also, for anyone that's watching, I've been doing this second, third week now. If anyone's tuning in live and you hear me say this, if you comment, um, Kaitana or do bikinis. If you do bikinis, I'll do a raffle for like a 30-minute photo shoot. So if you're watching this right now during our live feed, do bikinis, I will get you into a 30-minute photo shoot. So I'll be doing this stuff every time I go live. All right.
Yeah. Can we see
So
who is there anybody? Like, can we see the viewers? Is there any?
let's see. I
It
think
just
there's
says no
about
messages.
two. Ooh. I think there's about two viewers at the moment.
Okay.
So, and
Hello to viewers.
right. I love that it just lives on the Facebook feed and then it could be watched
For,
later.
forever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we can just share later.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, I think this is kind of cool to kind of get to know you a little bit more. It's rapid fire questions to kind of see what you prefer.
Okay.
So, we'll make it really quick. So, we'll start. Bold prints or bright colors?
Bold prints. I mean,
Awesome.
both,
Beach
but
day or pool party? What is it?
I was like both, but um,
True.
that one's hard. But I say pool party,
I can see it. I can see it. Yep. Palm trees or ocean waves?
palm trees,
Love. Bikinis or one piece?
bikinis.
Favorite beach destination?
I have quite a few. Capitola is like my number one favorite. It's down by Santa Cruz. But I did go to Georgia this last year. And so Georgia coast on the Florida Georgia line, St. Mary's is my now new favorite.
Oh my gosh, I need to take notes. I need to visit. And most use emoji. Emoji? How do you say
Emoji
emoji?
is the winky eye and the tongue.
I love it.
I love that one.
When you're designing bikinis, day or night?
Designing at night, I sew during the day though.
Okay. Go to summer snack?
Go to summer snack. I do love cottage cheese with oranges, like little clementine.
Ooh, yum. Celebrity you'd love to see your designs in.
I knew this one, Lainey Wilson.
Your dream collaboration.
Besides Lainey Wilson, because that would be a great one too. I've been wanting to get into Boot Barn. Boot Barn doesn't even have cut off shorts. Okay. So I think there's something there that they're not allowing any cute stuff. But
Oh my gosh, that would be awesome.
Buckle sells swimwear. So that would be I would love to get my swimsuits into Buckle because they're more
Ooh,
Western themed too.
yes. And ocean waves or calm waters?
More calm. Yeah. I don't want to get knocked over, knocked out.
Beach. My accents sometimes come out, guys. So,
Oh, I thought you
mm,
were imaging me getting knocked over by a wave.
no, no. Picnic or beach volleyball?
Beach volleyball.
Awesome. All right. And then you kind of already gave us a story for when, you did a design and it flopped, which is
Yeah.
hilarious. Um, Okay, so I know we've seen you in like different phases, right? You're now in like this fitness journey, like amazing transformation, and you
Yeah.
still had that confidence even before that. What is your confidence boosting tip that you would recommend, or would you say is your biggest tip?
I'd say my biggest help is having my 2 daughters. If I didn't have them, I don't think I'd be as confident. I've always used
Mm,
them to prove that, I mean, I can't everybody has downs and ups, but, for them, I have to stay strong. And then as a swimsuit designer as well, it's hard, but I'm, like, half naked all the time, so just loving yourself and, loving the I've always said, at no matter what point you're at in your journey, you should still love yourself because you can always do better. Everyone can do better, and everybody has the picture of a goal. So,
mm-hmm.
you to somebody else could be their goal or their goal weight or whatever, and same with me, and then I have somebody else that's my goal, so we're all somebody else's goal.
Yeah. You know, I always say don't compare your level 1 to someone's level 20, right? You know, you're
Right.
in your own little journey. So that's amazing. So I challenge whoever's, watching to go out there and, wear that bikini and feel
Yeah,
fierce. I love seeing your growth. And I feel like that really empowers a lot of people. Like, even when I watch you, with your journey, I'm just like, oh my gosh, she's amazing. You're
yeah.
amazing.
It's the second time. The first time I lost 80 pounds within 12 months of my first pregnancy. This one just
Mhm.
took 8 years. But
Aw.
so
I know,
most
I
people didn't
remember
notice
first
that
meeting
one.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were, like, so little, and I was like, "Oh my gosh." So I've seen you throughout the years, like, just grow, and that's amazing.
In many ways. I'm just kidding.
And through it all, you still had, like, a smile, you still had that positive energy and that go-getter mentality, so I'm like, "Wow,
Yeah.
hats off."
Life is
But
beautiful.
so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull up some questions from people that wanted to ask you some things.
Um,
Okay. This one is from Jason Alt.
Hey,
he
Jason.
said, he said, how much weight did you lose total? Who's your trainer and what's your nutrition plan?
That's such a good plug. Um, I think it was around 80 pounds. My lowest, I'll spit the truth. My lowest was 155 from this particular time. Um, but my highest from losing that weight was 234 pounds. And it's taken me over a year. I think the end of July, August last year, which I had started before that, but I really put forth during that time. My trainer is Chris Perkins.
Woo!
And yeah, and my husband had his first session this morning with Chris. So my
How did he
husband's
like
now,
it?
I think he got vertigo. He's fine. Everything is fine. No, he had some other issues, but he liked it. He enjoyed it. Don't think I threw up the first couple times, okay?
Oh
It
my
was
God.
pretty crazy. But I also learned not to eat my snack that I mentioned, the cottage cheese and oranges, not to eat that before I work out. It's not
Not a
good.
good combo.
No, I stick to like a banana now and an hour before my workout and I'm good.
Oh
What
man.
was there one last question to that big
You
question?
pretty much answered it all. What's your nutrition
Okay.
plan? And like, did
Oh,
did Chris give you like a guide, or how strict is your nutrition?
so my diet is I do my own diet. I've always been lower carb, but
Nice.
that's kind of a lie. I would say processed carbs because I eat a shit ton of fruit and I eat a ton of meat, steaks, ground beef, tri-tip, prime rib, T-bone, ribeye, all of that. And then I eat a ton of fruit. I eat cantaloupe is my favorite. My oranges and cottage cheese, and then high fat as well. So
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. I think the hardest part for a lot of people is that carbs, but I
yeah,
remember you saying in one of your posts, the most important, decision you should make is the deciding part, right? Deciding to
yeah. Or
change.
I think every body has a different makeup. So let's say like your bloodline. Are you Filipina?
Yep.
And I really don't know mine, but my family came from Nebraska, so you think like corn fed and whatever, but your genes and your gut biome too can only handle certain things, and none of us really know that. So I think I did an elimination diet, and that's what worked best with me was meat and fruit. So I stuck to it.
I like that.
No vegetables.
Do you at
Some
least
here
do
and
like
there.
fiber stuff or
No, so I have my gut issue is too much. I can't do much fiber at all because then I get backed up, which they say if you have enough water with your fiber, but it's never worked for me. I take a magnesium daily, and an acidophilus, which is
mm,
Holters. And so it really, that's what helps me. And most people drink coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I had started drinking coffee just for my gut, but that wasn't the correct way. That was just like a band-aid.
okay. Everyone's different. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that you stuck with it and you just never know. Or you gotta seek professional help if you feel like you're stuck somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And
Well,
that's why you
and
have a
even
coach
then,
too.
yeah. I think a lot of us, we
Awesome.
just have to do our own research and our own scientific study on our own bodies.
Body.
If no doctor's going
Yeah.
to do that for us.
True. And especially like as we get older, I feel like it's getting harder and harder.
It is. There's just so much shit in our food, and we love it all, and we think we're supposed to be eating it.
Right. All right. So next question is from Emmy with Purely Baked Reno, the one that does, all those yummy cookies. She
Yeah.
said, what difficulties have you faced in owning your own business?
Ooh, a lot. Um, from renting your landlord, to marketing, but I would say employees, not the employee themselves, but managing. I'm not a good manager. I think employees, it's a whole nother job, to babysit employees, to train employees, payroll to make sure they're here on time. All of that combined, I'm not even doing my job. I'm just literally making sure they're doing their job,
Their job.
which
Oh my God.
then in turn is like I could just be doing it. But you
Mm-hmm.
need that help, and eventually, sometimes that works out after you've trained them. And I've had many employees. I just now got to the first time in a long time that I decided I wasn't going to do any more employees. Going into 2025, I have a different business plan, but I do think that's always been my hardest because I can make my items, and trying to teach people how to do that and then love it just as much as I do. They'll never love it like I do. So
Agree. Have you ever outsourced like with like virtual assistants? This is coming from me. I'm curious.
I haven't. The only thing virtual I would probably do is social media, but I enjoy making content. I enjoy the photography. As a designer and artist, I enjoy all of that. So it's hard to let that part go. And that's also
Mm-hmm.
my brand image, I guess. So I haven't outsourced anything other than my accountant for bookkeeping and payroll.
And another question from Emmy. She says, "Where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?"
Ooh. Going to our collaborations, and I'm I'm big into manifesting, and so I got into Shields this year. That was on my vision
Woo!
board. Thank you.
So exciting.
And hopefully they reorder this next year. So my plan, I haven't told anybody, but this is exciting. My plan, we have painted trees. If you've heard of that too, it's in Sparks. They're
Okay.
all over, yeah, they're all over the US. There's almost one in every state as of right now. And so why not having employees? But I love to travel and do photo shoots. My goal is to get a few more painted trees throughout the US, and I get to travel to those. I get to find influencers in those areas, do photo shoots, and then I have a little retail store. And Painted Tree does everything from our taxes, employs it 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And that cuts out me from having employees or doing any of that hard work. So I get to do the fun part. I get to decorate the store. I get to merchandise the store. I get to dress the mannequins, play with the shelves, and then I leave it and they do everything else.
What? When is this?
When is it?
Yeah.
Well, so
When are you?
we have one in Sparks right now.
Okay.
It's in the shopping center. Where is it's in the old Bed Bath and Beyond, I guess. That is the building that they are in. So it's next to
Oh, okay.
Ulta and a Five Below and
Oh, like
Ross.
that little shopping center by like Ion, by where Fitness Connection is.
Yes. So it's across, it's the other side of
Yeah.
Costco, but same area. Yeah. Los
Oh,
Altos
cool.
disc area. Yeah. I wish they plan to have one in Reno. I don't know when, but I think Reno for me would do a little bit better because Reno's just larger than Sparks. I don't know why they chose Sparks first. Um, but that is my goal. And then I had spoke about Georgia. Um, we
Mm-hmm.
have we have family in Georgia, and so opening a painted tree in Georgia or Virginia Beach, in Phoenix, Arizona, in Texas. I have plans for all of that.
Do you
Yeah,
plan out like a year in advance? Like, how do you plan out these things?
I try to do a year in advance. It's hard because every year changes. Every
Yeah.
year you take your analytics, and you're like, what worked, what didn't work, and then you continue what worked. And,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully you don't continue what didn't work. But sometimes those things are fun. And I spend a lot of money on photo shoots because I enjoy those. And traveling, like I had mentioned this weekend, I fly out to Palm Springs for a photo shoot. Um,
Exciting.
in October, I go to Vegas for a photo shoot, which you would like this. It's an IFBB Olympian
Oh my
photographer
gosh. I'll be there. I'll
for
be in
Olympia.
Vegas that weekend. Yeah.
That is
October
awesome.
13, 11, 12, 13. That weekend.
Yeah. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to be there 16, 17, 18.
Oh, after.
It's right after, yeah. But he picked me up as a client and I was like, I just want you to know I don't look like those ladies.
How
But
cool.
yeah, you get to shoot with him. So that's exciting.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
so cool. Are you gonna go to like the Red Rock? Like normally people
No,
like, or are you doing studio?
house. We rented a house with a pool to shoot at.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
Yeah.
fun. Oh, love
Yeah.
Vegas. Are you gonna be there like for a weekend?
Just for those 3 days, it's actually midweek because I have to come back because then my husband leaves to Maryland, but I don't want to give too much detail about people leaving.
Right, right. Oh my gosh, so much happening. That's awesome. Okay, so this question from Cece, she says,
Yo, yo.
how do you manage your work, family, and social life?
Uh, Thankfully, I can bring my kids to work with me. Um, but that is a rough one. Me and my husband as a firefighter, we fight
Mm,
over the summer seasons who gets to work more. And I think with my new plan, like I mentioned with the painted trees, it's going to even
mhm.
out my workload over 12 months rather than just in the summertime because Reno is very strictly like 3 months of summer
Yeah.
and that is his fire season. So, we don't really balance it. I don't think there's ever balance. We,
Yeah, you just
just
go for
go
it,
with the
right?
punches. Yeah, go with the
It's
flow.
hard.
But luckily I can bring the kids with me and they're girls and they enjoy it and they come and they work the store and they flip straps for me. That's like the number one thing. They flip straps. My oldest can make scrunchies, and we make it a whole family thing.
I know, they're like your little models. So pretty.
Also, thank you. Also, Google Calendar. We sync our calendars, and whoever puts it in there first, that's who gets
That's it.
whatever day it's marked. If it's not in there, you're screwed.
Smart. I love Google Calendar.
Yeah.
If it's not in there, it's not happening.
Yeah.
And then she asked, Cece also asked, you have embraced your plus size curves. What made you want to do your weight loss journey?
So my weight loss journey only stemmed because I was not heavy my whole life. I was 130 pounds through high school. I was a small person and tall, but small. Um, and it was more of that last 8 years was after the pregnancy. And I think during COVID, I embraced it so much that people, that was my persona, that was my image now. And I know that that wasn't me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was always into fitness, and I was a dancer, and, played softball. I was always into fitness, and I just wanted me back, even if it wasn't competitively competing in any shows or anything. Oh, the screen just got bigger on my end.
I was like, oh, what is this? And then I was like,
I'm like, hi.
maybe I like it.
Um,
I don't know. Maybe. We'll keep it.
but yeah, I was actually almost on the verge of type 2 diabetes, but I didn't have it, but I was on the verge, and I was just, it wasn't getting anywhere, although I was still working out. So I had still that, it's where I think my muscle has come from now. It was under that fat layer.
It's muscle memory.
Yeah,
Like
that
you're
too.
killing it. Oh my
Thank
goodness.
you.
Okay, for me, like how many times a week do you work out?
So I do not work out on the weekends. I took the 2 rest days and I made them Saturday, Sunday, so I can be with my
Mm.
family. Um, with my personal trainer, I only work out Tuesday, Thursday with him. And then I do fasted cardio and like my own stuff. I have a little gym set up here in my office. And then I just signed up at the Moana Aquatics Fitness Center, which is across the street from my office. So that one's
Oh,
good.
nice. For swimming?
Yeah.
Just swimming?
For
Or
well, they have a gym too. For gym and swimming.
oh, fun.
Yeah,
I used to be a swimmer, but I don't remember the
I
last time
remember.
I swam. I need to. It's good cardio.
Well, people think
Okay.
I swim. I don't. I just sunbathe. I have to still plug my nose to go underwater.
They're like, Katana, do you swim too? I'm like, no,
Yeah. Yeah.
I just lay. I lay, look pretty, get tan. And one more thing with Cece, she said, what's the biggest thing that made your business just boom or become a success?
Hmm. I don't know because I still feel like there's more success to happen. So, but my milestones, influencers have helped a lot. Obviously, I have to go through hundreds to get like 2 good ones. But specific influencers have helped a lot. And then doing community events, um, vendor events. But I also think that's so limited locally.
Yeah.
So the
Love
success
it.
that I have had has been very local.
Now time to like go nationwide, huh?
Yeah, branch off and yeah, do brand awareness on different states and spectrums.
You know what I see you? I can picture seeing you like on a magazine, like like those big time magazines. Yeah. It's gonna happen. I can see it. Like,
Well, thank you. Yeah, Sports Illustrated would be awesome. I thought about that too. Like you could be a model for Sports Illustrated, but you can also send in your designs.
mm,
But like during COVID, they started this whole influence Sports Illustrated, like a whole thing. And it's so hard to get into.
oh my goodness. I'm sure you're heading there. Um, okay, so last set of questions. I'll probably just do two more. And this is from Justin. And he's a photographer. His IG is
Hello.
Ghost Behind the Lens. And so his question is, How do you stay ahead of fashion trends so your brand remains competitive?
I've actually I never follow fashion trends. Um, I I design my own fabric, so I design what I want to design.
Hmm.
I do look up influencers and I can see what they're starting to wear. Like denim is coming back, but
Hmm.
so is neon in the Western, which I love. Um, I I I don't say I specifically look up trends to find trends. I find a bunch of things that I like, and then I design something around that. Um, there has been a few times where something becomes popular, like butterflies, and I can just whip up a design and throw it out because it's what's selling.
Hmm.
Um, Political swimsuits, exact same thing. We're not gonna get into politics, but same thing. It sells. So I can just like whip up a design and sell it, but it's not those things are on trend, but I don't necessarily
It's what
I
inspires you at the moment, huh?
yes, and a few times I've been like 4 years like ahead and I did like lace bikinis or marble bikinis and then like years later it was popular. I was like,
Did you ever have to
I
just
did
go
that.
back and pull it back out?
I can, yep. If I
Okay.
still have the fabric, I'm like, let's throw this out there.
Dang. Awesome. And then one more from Justin, because the other questions he had, you've already pretty much answered. He said, what's the most rewarding part of your journey in the bikini business?
Seeing it's like a walking billboard, seeing people wear it, or if I go to Wild Waters, a Wild Island, and you see somebody and you're like, they're wearing it. I went to the gym the other day and on someone's water bottle, they had my sticker, and just that was like, you're fucking cool.
Do you ever go up and like, oh, thank you? Or do you ever like say hi or
I did tell her,
anything?
I said, I like your sticker, your Battle Born Bikini sticker. And she said, thank you. But I'm humble. I'm not like, guess who I am? And a lot of the times when I'm out with my kids and people compliment my swimsuit, I will tell them I got it at Battle Born Bikinis. I don't say I hand make it and I sew them and I don't get into all that.
Yes. Okay. Love that. Oh my gosh. You're so awesome. Okay, so other than that, if you're viewing live, drop in the comments bikinis, and then that way I can get you in a free like mini photo shoot. So thank you, Kaitana, for taking the time. I know we're at 30 minutes,
Welcome.
but
Thank
you
you for
answered
having me.
so many cool questions. A lot of people were curious as well, and I'm glad people, put in like their questions to ask
Yeah,
you today. So if anyone's
thank
watching
you
this
guys.
now or later, go ahead and share so that you guys can also get to know Kaitana and her brand and follow her on Instagram.
Yes.
Is it posting here or no?
There's a little scroller at the bottom, like the scroll, BB
It's,
bikinis.
oh, yay! Yeah. Follow her on Instagram there, and she'll be here on Facebook as well. So just share, 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 share.
Share, 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 share. Yes.
All right, guys. Thank you. That's a wrap.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Oh, wait, 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 wait. Before we end the live stream, let me